What up, what up, world? What up? Welcome to the Fanatic Sports Podcast. Definitely a big shout out. I know it's been a little while since we've seen everybody. Happy holidays, happy Thanksgiving. And y'all know we got a lot going on after Christmas as well. So we definitely happy to have everybody with us for episode 62. The great face you see on my screen to the left of me is our man Kenneth Hollis. So before I start, I had to wear my Razorback red today, just so everybody know. You've done a lot of special things in your career, Kenny. But I'm gonna tell you, maybe the biggest thing to put on your sports resume is that you were the first LSU Tiger on the Fanatic Sports Podcast.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Look, man, it's a pleasure to have you with us. I'm your man Blocker. For everybody joining us, and certainly can't say thank you enough. Today is a special day, man. We definitely can't say thank you enough for you joining us, Kenneth, man. Welcome to the Fanatic Sports Podcast.
Yes, glad to be here, man. Glad to be here.
Man, I think we're gonna have a good time for sure, man. I was first of all, big shout out to our friend Aaron Jackson. Definitely a pleasure to connect us like she did, man. That means a lot. So look, we'll get right into it, man. So first things first, before we do anything, like I said, we always start with we call it a fandom story, right? So look, you've been you played a lot of sports. I'm sure you probably got a favorite sports team, like any level, high school, college, pros, basketball, baseball, football. You pick your favorite team and how you became a fan of that favorite team.
I mean, I would say my favorite team, and I know this kind of cliche, but my high school football.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Man, I mean, during my 10th grade, 11th grade, 12th grade year, man, the team with our bond, with our relationship, with just everything just going into, I can still remember my junior year off season and how we actually came together and sat down in the locker room and we talked about what we gonna do our senior year and how great we want it to be. And not just one or two people. I'm talking about the whole team bought into the process, put in the work during the summer. And man, we went all the way up until the third round. We lost to a team called Shays Valley. Wow. And I never forget, I can still remember the last play, man, when we ran an option, and it's crazy because years later, one of my boys, he played defense end at the time, Brandon Johnson. He called me. He said, Kenny, he said, man, I gotta apologize to you. I said, for what? This like 10 years, 15 years later. He said, for what? He said, man, I slacked on that play. I never told you. Oh. He said when the tackle blocked down, he said he should have slanted down the line, but he didn't do his job. But anyway, I was playing linebacker during the time. We had a lot of stuff go on during that particular one play, and in the playoff, one of our linebackers ended up getting hurt, so they had to put in the fullback and outside linebacker. So I'm playing the other side. I'm running across the field. I just tripped over him. Bro, but I tell you, I seen the quarterback run in slow motion 25 yards to the touchdown. But when I tell you, he had to run every bit of a 5.8. I'm running a 4.4, 4.5, straight to the touchdown. So, man, but to end the story, man, that team, we end up losing one game. We went 13-1, man. But I tell people every day, man, like that was the best team we had offensively and defensively. I mean, it was so good. I can remember each guy and I can name each player. I actually got a twin brother named Keith Hollis, man, and I played outside linebacker, and my twin actually played defense end. So majority of my tackles was away from us because team didn't really scheme to outside. So majority of my tackles was across the field, man. But that team, so you running across the field, yeah. Yes, man. But that team every day, man, I tell everybody, it'll be my high school football team, the Mountain Tenacious Tigers.
Fantastic. So you've been a Tiger a long time then.
That's it, man. I've been a Tiger all my life.
Okay. Man, that's beautiful, bro. So look, man, for those who are joining us, man, Kenneth Hollis, former LSU linebacker, outstanding player, and outstanding man, but definitely a pleasure to have you with us. So, you know, from your time in high school to your time as I know you went to community college out in Mississippi, and then you made the jump to LSU. Talk about your recruiting time after you left community college and how you landed on LSU.
Man, it was phenomenal because coming out of JUCO, I went to junior college at East Mississippi Junior College, place in Scuba, Mississippi, a little small town, man. But it was great. I had a good time there, man. It was one thing the coach told me when I got there, and he didn't lie. He said, "Hey, it's only books in football." Cause I went down there, man. It's a place. It was a small campus at the time. They didn't rebuild it, but it had a dirt road down there. And I called my mom. I remember I was saying, "Mom," I said, "Coach was right. It ain't nothing but books and football down here." So I actually, man, locked in. And coming out of JUCO, I was the number 2 linebacker in the nation coming out. So I had a lot of offers and recruits coming to me. I mean, I took visits everywhere. Of course, I went up to Ole Miss. I went to Mississippi State. I went to Georgia. I went to Alabama. And I also went to Florida, basically everywhere. But like really got me, and what had me hooked down there. I remember my coach told me, said, meet me at the field house. He said, "Man, the coach here to see you." I like, okay, so I'm getting out of class, I'm walking across campus, man. And when I walk in the door, sure enough, it was Coach Saban and Coach Muschamp. Coach Saban and Coach Muschamp were right there in the room. So really, man, I didn't know that much about LSU because growing up in the state of Alabama, it was always Alabama and Auburn, Auburn, everything. And I really had a cousin who played for Auburn at the time, Quentin Reese, and he played defensive end, man, phenomenal football player. Also, and during that time, Alabama was on probation or whatever during that time coming out. So I kind of put a stint on the Alabama end, and I wanted to do something different outside of the family because I know my cousin had already went to Auburn.
To Alabama.
Yeah. Okay. So when I seen Coach Saban and Coach Muschamp, the first thing he said, man, he said, "Do you want to be great?" I was like, "Yes, sir, I want to be great." He said, "Well, can you make a tackle?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm number 1, number 2 in the nation. Of course. Make a tackle." He said, but see, he broke it down to me. He said, "Man, look, anybody can make a tackle, but can you get off a block and make a tackle?" And it is like, okay, I've been fast all my life, but when you get into the college league, and then once you leave the high school aspect, I was always fast. So the linemen, they couldn't really touch me, they couldn't get their hands on me. But then when you get into the college aspect of it, it's fundamentals. You got to read keys, you got to read the gaps, you got to read the guard, read the tackle, knowing who coming at you, and if they do come at you, it's hand in hands with everything. Hands are lethal weapons.
Lethal weapons, yeah.
So that right there, man, it really stuck with me once he said it, and then once he left. But I can tell you the number one thing what got me hooked. Now he said, "Have you ever considered LSU?" I was like, "I know about them, but I don't know that much." And then he showed me a film, and they showed me a film. Shout out to Brady James. Man, he was a wrecking machine down there. And then he said, "Man, have you ever been on campus?" I said, "No, sir." He said, "Well, look, we can get you a flight set up, and we'll fly you out there this weekend." So you talking from a guy who haven't never flown before in their life or whatever. And I was in Scuba, Mississippi, man. They drove me down to Meridian, got me on at a little small airport, man. And I'm on a private jet by myself. Now you talking about a kid 18 years old. I ain't never flew nothing. So I'm like, yes, sir, but I'm having butterflies. And so I'm getting on the plane. I'm on the back. It's just me back there. And it's the two pilots up front that had a little ball.
Oh, you in a private joint.
But man, when I tell you, I'm on the back like this, I'm praying the whole time. I'm excited, but I'm praying the whole time, man. And I tell you, man, really, after that trip, and we got to Baton Rouge, man, I seen everything, the love from the people, the coaches, and just everybody down there, man, I fell in love instantly. But honestly, my last two choices came between Georgia and LSU. And I'm still glad to this day that I chose LSU.
I bet. I bet you are. Man, so I'm gonna tell you a fun story. So I played D2 ball, and we didn't charter a flight or anything, but we did end up flying to play Valdosta out in Georgia. You probably familiar with it.
Come on, yes sir, yes
man,
sir. Okay.
First of all, them boys was real out there. I know they still pretty good now in D2. Yeah. They could have beat some D1 teams the year we played them in 03.
Come on, man.
And man, them boys, they ran 50 up on us so fast. Anyway, but so we fly, and my mentor is a defensive end. He had never flown before either. Matter of fact, he's a little country boy from Mississippi. So so Aaron Magruder, shout out to the Magoo, man, wherever he at. Dude said he was, man. I was sitting next to him. We on that plane. I had flown a couple times, and so I wasn't too worried about it. Yeah. And my daddy always had a saying. He said, "Man, if we're gonna go, if it's my time in the air, if it's my time on the ground, it is what it is." And so, but man, I look over. Big Bad Magoo was sitting to the left of me, and he just over there just praying, just the whole time. Man, hey man, look, this is the biggest, baddest man I ever seen to this point in my life. I mean, the way he beat me one-on-one to practice. Come on, man. I'm like, man, ain't no way, dude. You know, but you know, like you get in that air, you get a little turbulence. I understand. It is what it is.
It's a whole different story, man. For real,
man. But look, so you spoke about it, man, and I know picking between Georgia and LSU, I know hindsight is 20/20, but you know, 20 or 25 years down the line, man, I know you made the right decision to say that you was at LSU. So talk a little bit about you know, just what was it like with Saban? What was it like having Saban as a coach? I tell you, I never met the man, but I've heard lots of stories, especially since I've been here. And you talked about, you know, the love and how it feels. And I hate to admit it, I do, but the way the people get behind LSU down here, it's hard not to like them. And then so look, I haven't been to a football game yet, but I've been to baseball and basketball, man. The way I'm decked out. I'm in my cardinal red. I'm ready for anything. Then these folks bringing me the etouffee and the jambalaya. Look, I ain't gonna
the gumbo, everything.
Hey man, hey, look, but by the time I get through eating all that, I'll be ready to GAUX hog. Yes. But yeah, man. So and by the way, let me do it now. Let me shout out my the men's ministry over at my church, man. St. Paul Baptist Gonzales. Man, great group of fellas. I know some of them are checking us out now. You know, and they some big time LSU fans, of course. So definitely a shout out to them, man. Did I lose you? Did I lose me? Let's see. Oh, I think I might have lost him. Oh, you know, it probably was his phone. So like I said, while I've got a little bit of time, definitely there you go. You back. All right, you back. All right,
man. I had a mishap on my phone, man. All right, I apologize.
I'll get you. Look, I got scared because I was like, did something happen on my end? No, we all good. But man, man. Look, so one of the cool things is that I've gotten the opportunity to since I've been here, man. I've been in the church. Shout out to my pastor and our men's group, man. We're a community.
Amen.
And the only hard part is that, you know, come football season, we got a few disagreements, but we got a few disagreements. But other than that, man, it's a great group of guys. They really, you know, I definitely appreciate their support as well. So shout out to them. But man, look, so talk to me a little bit about your time with Saban and your time that you got to spend with him. He's an interesting guy. I haven't heard the friendliest stories about him, but I tell you what, man, he's a winner through and through, and it's hard to argue with a winner when they in their bag like that. Talk a little bit about Saban and what it was like playing under him.
Man, to me, Coach Saban was a great guy overall, man, but was a professional, man, and he demanded perfection on all level aspects. I tell you one thing, man. He was the first coach I ever seen. And I never forget, man, like when we be in like meetings, we would always have a team meet at the beginning of the week on like Sunday night or Monday morning, where all the players just sitting in the auditorium, everybody chilling, you know, we talking and stuff, you know, clowning or whatever, joking, whatever the case. But I remember, you know, it's probably kids, it probably maybe about 100 of us in there. We sitting there, everybody talking this and that, you know. I'm actually having my back turned and stuff, and I'm talking to a guy this and that. Then all of a sudden, I know, you know, I'm finishing my conversation. Then the room just get quiet, you know, and I'm actually the last one talking. So, you know, I'm turning around like, you know, what's going on? Coach Saban, man, walked in the room, bro. It's silence. It's like you can say you had a whole class of preschoolers or first graders in there, and when the teacher hit the room, silence. But man, and I tell people that story because it was just phenomenal to just see the respect he demanded in the room, man. But on a personal level, man, he was a player's coach, man. And to me, people see him on the outside looking in sometimes as a bad coach or a controller or demander. But one thing he didn't like the media inside of his business. He like it's my business, it's our business, it's on the inside or whatever. And as far as man, he the type coach that when we out there, he say, hey, we finna go out there and everybody got on Nikes. Everybody need to have on white shoestrings. White socks. Man, you come out there. I remember one of them cats came out there in some red socks and red socks. I guess he had on his high school stuff, but coach, he draw down on that aspect right there. But to me, he's such a coach that pays attention to details, to the little things. Like I tell the kids and future guys now, man, it's not the whole game, it's the little things will help you win and will help you dominate every player, each play, man. He was the type coach that when we in the off season, we doing the 4th quarter program, he'll just bust in there. And you know, we ran about 21 tens. And he knows we got 10 more left. So he coming out there on the end part just to see who finna finish through the line. So if nobody finish through the line, man, guess what? He will start the whole program over. I've been at practice plenty of times where we have maybe about 25 to 30 periods, like a spreadsheet, and like 5 to 8 minutes from this section. Man, I remember one time we was on probably about the 21st period, man. Coach blew the whistle, said, ain't nobody giving effort nowhere. And your body language just looked bad, man. He started the whole practice over. But one thing about that, man, it taught us discipline. And when the freshmen came in or the other guys came in, we held each other to a certain standard and accountability. And what made Coach Saban so great, because once you buy into it, it roll over to the coaches, then the coaches to the players, then the players take control. You building a powerhouse in itself. Everybody is on one accord and on the same page as everything. We have 4 things we already said: discipline, commitment, effort, and pride in everything you do. So when you see them guys hold up the fours, man, it means to the real guys who know something about football, because you didn't put that blood, sweat, and tears throughout the season, man. We always told ourselves even though we end up winning the national championship and we won so many games, but all our games were won in the off season. Whenever we were out running them sprints and everything else we did, bro, it was won in the off season, not during the season. Even though during the season was good, but we won every game in the off season. Yep.
That's man. So look, you saying something that I've been thinking about for a long time, and I played a lot of football. I played a lot of losing football, but one of the things right on what you say is that it's the details, right? Obviously, you talked about that going back to your high school days. You talked about that 25-yard touchdown. That outside linebacker failed. You got to jump over him. And how much did that one play make a difference? And you can go back and I mean there's 60 plays in football usually in a football game, but there's maybe five that can make the difference between losing by 50 or winning by 50. And things like that. And like you said, it's the detail of it is what makes the difference. But man, to think about it, that's really a bar. You said, man, you don't win the game on Saturday. You win the game Monday through Friday. The work you put in Saturday, and especially I can imagine you talking about restarting practice and the amount of time we spending on practice. By the time you finish, you get to that point. Saturday feel like a breeze. We happy to hit you again.
and you said something there, man, because it's like I can honestly remember like during the summer at LSU, man, oh man, it's a whole different animal. When I first went down there, it felt like to me I couldn't even breathe because of the atmosphere and like it be hot. It could be maybe like 95 degrees, but it feel like it's about 115 degrees outside. I remember the first 3 weeks I went down there, man, we were running 110. I could barely breathe. I had to get some gum to chew some gum to keep on breathing. But what I did to get me better and get me used to the heat down there, I usually after practice I'll go sit in the sauna for an hour. And every day it's train that, man. And then after about 3 weeks, I was good, man. But I always joke with people. And I said, man, Coach Saban had to have some type of switch every day in his office, man. Cause we'll be going to class. It's pouring down rain. I'm talking about thunder, something. Okay, yeah, we gonna be in the indoor facility today. Okay, that's good, man. I'm telling you, by 12:30. When Coach coming out his office, he had to hit a switch, and the sun just comes right out the clouds, and it's time for practice.
Hey, bro, look. So, like I said, I've been down here a little bit now, man. One of the things I think about the most is, it cracks me up. I call my friends on. So I work off of Essen. And so I have friends who work off Florida. And I hit them like, yo, it's raining like crazy. And I'm talking about, like you said, storming, just thunderstorms everywhere. Yeah. They'll be on Florida. Maybe for those who aren't in Baton Rouge, we're talking maybe a mile and a half away, and it be dry as a powder house. And just and like you said, I feel like Saban might have been pushing them clouds around.
And then miss. And I'm talking about every practice, it was like that, man. I promise. I can remember a good 20 to 25. It'll be pouring down, raining. But every time it was time to practice, guess what? The sun was out blazing. We did everything in the heat. Everything in the heat, man. And to my point, and what got us so good during the season, because I can remember, man, we playing teams and it's in the fourth quarter. And you can look in a guy's eyes and know if he tired or this and that. Their eyes be a little big and they put their hand down looking at you. And I'm in my head thinking, man, bro, we just get started. I'm not even finished. That's how trained and locked in and in shape we was, man. That's why it's no other feeling to play in Baton Rouge at night. Because at night, man, the players, if they done went through the summer, nighttime is a breeze all night. Oh my God.
Okay. I now understand why. Because, man, look, everybody talk about Baton Rouge at night, man. Saturday night in Baton Rouge. And I guess it makes sense. You done played in 110 degrees humidity and all of that all day for the last 12 weeks. Yeah, let me get a November night in Baton Rouge. It ain't but 74 degrees. Yeah, that's
it, man.
Hey man, I was at work last night, man, and these folks came through, and it's like 40 degrees down here right now. Or it was last night, man. So a little chilly. And for here is freezing for here. And so man, the lady came through and she was just shivering. I'm in a short sleeve shirt outside talking on the phone. I'm used to the cold. I can do the cold. It's heat, man. It's something else.
Yeah, man. Look. Yes. All day, man. But to get back also with your point with Coach Tay, man, because certain stuff that come back to me, man. He was a professional in so many different ways. But one thing about it, man, he paid attention to detail. I remember one time the water boy was out there late. He fussing at the water boy. Hey, what you doing? We supposed to do this. Man, during practice, if we practicing and you have some guy just sitting down talking or whatever, then Coach Davis could be across the field. And he see that more than anything else on the field, man. He paid attention to everything little and small. And he actually told us, man, whenever we get the small things right, the other things that take care of themselves. And it stuck with me mentally, man. He said, number one thing is, how can you overcome adversity? What he like implemented that we gotta do everything to break you you down or try to break you. And when we do get you to that breaking point, what will you do after that? Because that person will come out on the field to be focused and in line. That's the guy we want on this field right now at any time. Because I know no matter whatever happened, a missed tackle, a caused fumble, or whatever the case may be, you're going to come in and play the next play because, hey, I don't have time to ponder and focus on the thing what just happened. I'm playing the next play. We here to win every game, man. And you take a team that was used to winning. We maybe, my years at LSU, we maybe lost, now don't quote me on this, we maybe lost maybe about 4 games, if that, or whatever. But the thing was, the games, what we won, we felt like we lost because Coach Davis come in fussing at us every day, just like we had lost by 100. So the games that we really won, we thought we lost. In the games we lost, we like, yeah, we finally got us a win because he didn't really hop on that as much.
hey man, look. So I'm gonna tell you something. You said a bar, man. A life lesson, you know, and that's the beauty of sports is that it brings out lessons you can take not just on the gridiron or on the hardwood, but in life, man. You know, when you take care of the small things. I'm bad about big picture. I'm bad about thinking about, you know, life in a just, you know, in a vacuum. And man, listen, it's the little day-to-days that we're looking to take care of. That if you can get those knocked out, that's when things get a lot easier, at least for me anyways. I definitely can say that.
I'm the same way, man, every day. And like I run into a bunch of young kids and students and stuff, and they usually ask me, what about this and what about that? And I usually going to the small things. I say, hey, take care of this. Go to class, get your grades up. Do everything you need to do on your end before you even touch the field, because the small things is what counts in the end. That's what I always count. The play go on, and the game is gonna go. But are you physically prepared? Are you mentally prepared? Are you just ready to overcome any type of adversity? Because in the game of football, what I like about it, how you related to life. Everything I do now, I can relate it to some form of fashion or sports or anything where come at me, I wasn't prepared for. But guess what? I'm going to get past it. That adversity, I know how to overcome it. So nothing could come in my way where break me down, no kind of way. I'm always finding the outlet of it to get better or to become a better person, a better player, a better mentor, a better coach, a better friend, a better brother, you know, every day.
Yeah, absolutely. And you go back, you can draw back on that on those times, especially like you said, man. It's like, all right, well, we lost, but at least Saban didn't jump down my throat.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? That's worth a win in itself. I often think about when Saban was at Alabama. This was, I think, a playoff game, and so it was. I want to say, I forgot what quarterback it was with him. McCarron and the center. Both of these guys getting ready to go to the pros, and man, they up 42. Up 42. Call a timeout. Fussing and arguing at each other, man. Like what that level of preparation, that level of expectation of perfection, that's hard to argue with on any level, man. And when you get to that level, where you're not even worried about, like you said, the little things. Okay, we up 42, but man, if you mess up, then we could be up 49. So
that's it, man.
Which I'm pretty sure they did end up going up 49 that game. But I mean, that's the you know what I'm saying, that's the difference in being good and being great.
That's it, man. And like, man, I can remember times and like some of the games that we lost, but majority of the games that we won. And even though the play actually went our way, we actually didn't run the play the right way. So every day, I can remember before practice, if we had a game, the first thing we did before practice even started, we went over the plays that we messed up or that we did wrong. We did it in a walkthrough phase, but eventually, as I got older and mature enough, I know why Coach Saban did that, because even though we ran a play and it worked in the game, we can still see that play sometime in the future. So he still wants us to get the right play in our mind. So if we ever see it again on any phase, a team call a timeout and they come out of timeout in one formation, but then they switch back to this, we done already ran that rep mentally, so we still prepared for it no matter what, and we can make adjustments on the fly. But I can remember we played actually Ole Miss, and Eli was the coach, man, and it was gonna be for the SEC for whoever went to the West in the SEC championship. And I remember, man, because they had a great passing scheme, and man, we were coming out. But I remember at practice, because hey, we run into any problem, anything we haven't seen, our call always will check hands. And what hands mean, everybody looking around and checking hands. But on checking hands, it would really cover 2/man. But we knew how to play cover 2. So if anything went wrong, then nobody get the call. They come out in a formation that we didn't see for the last second. Hey, we check hands. Everybody know what to do no matter what.
Right. Yeah. So communication, defense. That was the fun thing for me when I finally got over the defense was the communication portion of it. That was so big for us. Just being able to talk and communicate was the big thing there. And so that it's great to kind of hear your thought pattern and kind of talking about your community. That defensive communication and what that means. Man, one of the really cool things right now going on in college football is that we are looking at the coaching carousel. And so, you know, one of the really great things as Kenny gets ready to come back, definitely a shout out while I got the time. Definitely want to shout out my Baton Rouge businesses that have supported me throughout the last year and a half, man. Definitely send a shout out to Smokey Watson Barbecue, the best ribs in Louisiana. I put them up. Get your uncle, get your pawpaw, your parent, get it. I have not purchased a better rib in the state of Louisiana, and he might have the best in Mississippi too. Quiet as kept, but. Listen, big shout out to Smokey Watson, who joined us for our anniversary episode. We got to have him back. We got to go do something live with him so he can give me a rib or two, a turkey wing or something. Definitely shout out to Smokey Watson Barbecue. As you can see, it's time for a haircut, and I'm going to go see my folks over at Legendary Cuts. I go see my man Jermaine. My boy Randall is there as well. It's a short wait. They're gonna give you a crispy line. You're gonna look and feel better. You're gonna play better, man. You definitely need to, Legendary Cuts is the spot to be at, man. Definitely a big shout out to again the St. Paul Baptist Church. My family, my shoulders to cry on, man. Great group of folks working in the community. Definitely a shout out to them. Who am I missing? Smokey Watson, Legends, Deary, Cuts. I'm missing somebody else though. So while we got some time, y'all, we definitely need to make sure we talk about we had, like I said, we've had a little bit of time off, but the fantasy league is still going strong. Shout out to Aunt Roman, the angry Puerto Rican, 10-1 or 11-1 or something like that. Definitely locked up that number one seed in the playoffs already. He said it a long time ago, man. He said he had a deep team. I wouldn't necessarily call it deep. He didn't skim by on some wins, but it is what it is. The fact of the matter remains, we could talk all day about what he did and what he didn't do and how he won. But at the end of the day, I mean, the man 10-1, he's been doing this thing. All right, we got you back. While you had to step away, man, I was shouting out our fantasy football league. So we host a fantasy football league, and my co-host, man, he been doing this thing in the fantasy league. And so come the January the 4th, we'll be in Northwest Arkansas, which is where I'm originally from. And she corrected him 10-2. That's crazy. So shout out to one of our definitely super fan, man, Miss Sarah Arenas, OT nurse, who is also in the league. So she lives in Northwest Arkansas. That's where. So I grew up in Little Rock. And then I moved to Northwest Arkansas, the University of Arkansas in Fayetteville, and spent a good amount of time up there, man. 15 years living and working and grinding, man. And then we came down here to move down here about 5 years ago. But I'll be back in Northwest Arkansas in January for the last week of the season in the pros for our fantasy football championship. Which will be that point. That's the Fanatic Sports Fan Fest, man. We're looking forward to it. It's gonna be a good time. So while we got some time, man. So I know you were on a you made the did you make the roster or you just went through spring practice with I saw with the Bucks.
Yeah, I actually went undrafted with our two teams. With a practice just on the practice squad with the Bucks and actually with the Falcons. I didn't play too much or whatever or that long, and then eventually I went to Canada and played a little football up in Canada for the Edmonton Eskimos, and finished there and really started my coaching career after that in a high school, and I coached the high school team in Birmingham for like 4 years down there, helping them out as a linebacker coach and our defensive guy or whatever. But man, we end up going to the playoff there as well. Didn't win the championship, but every year, man, we rocked the house and made a run. I can't hear you. Can you hear me? I can't hear you on my end.
I'm back, right?
Yeah, I can hear you now, man. Yes, sir.
I think I messed around and clicked the wrong.
Yeah, I understand, man.
Okay, all right, good, man. Yeah. Look, so talk a little bit about your coaching career in high school, and what was the day-to-day like when you were coaching in high school?
Oh man, it's a different world in high school, and And actually training up athletes, it was fun every day, man. Cause high school kids, they have a lot of energy. They ready to play, they ready to go. But the one thing I always taught my guys was basically the same thing, man. Fundamentals and paying attention to details, man. And every day we did the same thing over and over. And some of the kids sometimes they bought into it, but some of the guys, when you have athletes, you have different versions of them. Some of them tough, some of them strong, some of them okay, some are like, oh, I think I could do it. I don't think I could do it. So as a coach, man, it's up to you to line them up, motivate them, make sure everybody is on the same page. So when you get them in the game, they know what to do, man. And I love coaching high school ball, man. I had two guys who actually turned out to be really, really great. One of the guys' name was Yaku Elliott, and the other guy was a phenomenal athlete, man. Especially in playing linebacker. As I played it, it was more easier to explain it to him to watch the keys of the tackle when it's a down block or when it's pass or when it's run. Setting it fit, had the hands, everything. Every day with the linebackers, I had to teach them with hands because everything you do when you're going from high school stage, college stage, and a professional stage, your hands are lethal weapons. If you can't use your hands and get off the block to make a tackle, man, hey, you'll be on them skates, as we used to say.
Yeah, man. Look, and you're absolutely right. So I was offensive tackle. I'm 6'5". I had a little size. So I would have had to go against somebody like you, and probably why I ended up playing D2 ball. But that's all we talked about was let me get these hands inside so I can control you.
Yes, sir.
And even playing defensive tackle, and so like my cousins are being recruited right now, and they're going through the process. So definitely shout out to them. But it's so funny the way the world works. So they were when we went on the visit to Arkansas. The D-line coach at Arkansas was the D-line coach at Ouachita Baptist where I played, and so that's all he talked about was hands, violent hands. I need get your hands on, get your hands off. You know,
that's
keep their hands off of you. Don't get their hands on you as offensive lineman. And that, man, is everything that to be able to, and that's that technique, that's that thought process.
Yeah, that's it, man. And look, and shout out to your cousin, man. And believe it or not, I got a little cousin right now who playing middle linebacker for Alabama right now. He's a freshman. Shout out to QB Reese. He gonna be great, man. He gonna be another one coming up. But man, in that aspect with my linebackers is hat in hand. So the main thing I always used to teach them, you got to have, number one, you got to have the right stance. And when you have the right stance, you got to make the first step. And when you make the first step, now you got to bring the hands with you to make the contact, hit and get off. Don't hit and play. Don't try to look. Don't try to rouse. It's one hit, get off. Either a swim or you got to hit and run through. Because the play be going so fast, man. You got to have one thing what Coach Saban always talked about also. He could watch the film and know, even though you running out there and your body language could be showing this, he said your eyes is not in the right place.
Right.
Your eyes is key to everything. You got to watch everything.
Yeah, man. Look, it's life, man, and you spend life lessons there too. We ain't really a lot of things you say. You get in a good stance. You make the first step. And then you got what you use your talents for.
Hands to get through, man. You got to get off the block, make a tackle, whatever the case may be, but you got to be ready, man. Yes. I remember as playing outside linebacker, you know, it's a scheme what they call the option play or the power or the dive, whatever the case may be. My alignment during that time, my eyes is on that tackle or tight end, whoever the case may be. We ran a 4-3 defense with the tip, and I played outside linebacker. So the scheme is if that tackle blocked down, you better come down the line coming.
You gotta squeeze.
Wait, hesitate, that pulling guard on the backside or the fullback coming down right.
They coming to kick.
You got to be ready.
Hey, cover the kick. And if you can't roll shoulder and keep him out,
yes,
we finna squeeze right inside you and run. Oh man, look,
yeah. I remember when we played Bama, man, like 13s when they run the 21 personnel or whatever case may be, a lot of them running teams or whatever, right? They love the power, the dive, or the option, man. And I remember every year we played Bama, they used to love the power. So I know during the week, I'm busting heads all week because I know what's finna come on Saturday night. Especially I was ready.
Yeah, and look, that's all we did at Arkansas for a long time. All we wanted was that power, and they would run it. And if you and that one time that, like you said, they take that one time that you don't step down and squeeze, and that guard come kick you out, and it's going 60. It's going 60.
And look, and you got to be fast because see, you got to meet that guard at the point of attack. If you don't, and you get them jokers, get that full steam ahead, you gonna be on them skates, so you gonna get pancakes right there.
You headed to the sideline. You headed to the sideline. You going on my highlight film.
That's it.
At this point, it's either your highlight film or my highlight film.
Every day, man. Yeah.
Man, so look, you talk about playing against Alabama. So talk a little bit about the rivalries at LSU. This is what intrigued me a lot, man. You talk about Alabama is a big rivalry. Obviously, Ole Miss is a big rivalry.
Yes.
Auburn was a big rivalry.
Arkansas was a big rivalry.
Really?
And to me, Auburn. So I tell you, I go a little depth. I took it a little bit more personal. They had their individual rivalries, but me coming from a JUCO and coming from Alabama, I said, hey, whenever we play Alabama, Auburn, Ole Miss, Mississippi State, I said years later, I know it's gonna come up. I got to beat these guys right now. Because no matter what's going on right now, I can always say they didn't beat me.
Hey man, look, that's that rivalry thought, because at some point it don't even matter what we did all year.
Yeah, that's it.
As long as I get you. That's it. That's the beauty of the rivalry for me, man. I love to see it.
You're right, man. And the rivalry game was so intense. Like first, when I first went down there, it was a couple of, like you said, Arkansas for the boot, Ole Miss, Georgia, Auburn. But then it seemed like the next year everybody was a rival, and I think it still be like that because you got to think of the championship teams right now. Guess what? When you on the top and be the best, guess what? Everybody is coming to knock you off. So everything become a rivalry. And you got to have that mindset that, hey, they come to take our throne, to take our ring, whatever the case may be. So you got to come to play. I don't care who it is. You got to come to play every game, every snap until the clock hits 0-0-0.
Yeah, we don't want to take nothing for granted.
Nothing.
So there was so speaking of, like I said, I needed to ask this. Shout out to Blue, the one of my co-hosts. He wanted to ask about what that golden boot meant for y'all on that side of coming from LSU. Talk a little bit about that rivalry for the boot.
Bro, man, it meant a lot, and it really take me back in the recruit time because, like I told you, I used to go to all them schools and stuff like that. So I didn't really know as a high schooler, you know, I went to Arkansas or I went to I remember going up to, it was either Ole Miss or Mississippi State, and they had certain little trophies and stuff, right?
That's
but
right.
Inside, you didn't see nothing. So I'm like, what's supposed to be right there? Then the coach would have off, and they would walk off. So when I got to LSU and I understood what we were playing for and what go in that case, man, oh man, the boot and everything, man. And I remember one year, I actually got one of the pictures somewhere where somebody had took a picture, man. And you wouldn't believe how heavy the boot is until you actually put it up.
Put it on your shoulder. Wow.
But it's just to me, the rivalry game was everything. And at the end of the day, it made it better for years to come. So we can always talk about it with the guys or former friends or players because it just bring you back memories and take everything what it took to get it. The pace of the game as you were playing for it.
Yeah, that man. Look, so and I'm happy to hear that because for a long time, we would, especially during your time, my time, that golden boot, the game for the boot was at the end of the season, right? It would have been last week, right after Thanksgiving.
That's it.
And so many different on both sides where y'all would have wins at LSU and Arkansas would win, and it seemed like what's the craziest part to me is it seemed like during my college time is whichever team was having the best season, that was the team that would lose in the game.
Every time, man. Every time. That's how it be.
It's the best team.
And to me, when you think about that, man, because that's why I always heard Coach Saban used to always use the phrase of rat poison. Because when you get so used to winning so much, man, in your mind you get complacent a little bit like, oh, we finna blow this team out, man. We've been winning this and this, and they record just this, man, you know. But you got to have that locked in mindset because to me, it's something about that underdog. And when everybody been talking about you, you been down. And if you really got the rest of the dogs with you, y'all go ride all night long, man.
That's right. That's right, man. It's beautiful to see. So one rivalry that I'm learning more about now is LSU versus Ole Miss, and this one we're talking way back. We talking going way back into the annals of the Southeastern Conference. The early 30s, I believe, is when this rivalry took off. And so right now, as we know, and this is kind of why we deemed it necessary to get you on, is to kind of get your ideas about Lane Kiffin coming from Ole Miss to LSU. Talk to me a little bit about have you had any dealings with Lane Kiffin and inside the locker room with him?
I never really personally met Lane, and I actually I left out. I actually was at when I was in town in Birmingham. I still had a great relationship with Coach Saban and Coach Cochran, the strength and conditioning coach. So actually, I was on Bama staff as an assistant strength and conditioning coach with them for about four years, maybe 2017 on up to 21. Wow. And Lane Kiffin had just left that era when I actually got there. But man, I was just talking to one of my partners last week, and he was talking about it, and he said, "Man, they may get Lane Kiffin." I was like, "Man, that may be a great hire." Reason being because Lane Kiffin, to me, he was at Alabama when Coach Saban was there, right? But Coach Saban basically he was still on the running game heavy. They were running game. Pro style formation, we go grind and pound you because it was defense first. Coach Saban, hey, I'm gonna have my defense on you. We gonna put the offense on you. After halftime, we go grind and pound it out. But when Lane Kiffin came in the scene, man, he changed the whole game. I'm talking about spread offense, RPOs. I'm talking about motion, formation, mismatches, everything. So that's when I heard the hire, man. I was excited because LSU always been great, but like up until that year of Burrow when they exploded with the offense been pretty good, but it's kind of been like mediocre to me.
Grind and pound,
When Lane Kiffin coming in, man, you got the spread, you got the RPO, you got the mismatch, you got the formation, you got the motion, and as a defense, you got to look out and watch for everything. And when you get the right athletes and the right quarterback in and the right formation, man, it finna be a powerhouse showdown, man, for real. Man. But I was excited about the hire, man. Hey, I tell you this, I wish you get two more people. And shout out to Coach Ezra. I know they've been talking to him. If they can get Coach O on the staff, and they got one more guy, man, Coach Tommy Moffitt. He was the strength and conditioning coach when I was there. He's currently at Texas A&M right now. That's why Texas A&M so good. People don't know, but I see what's going on out there. But if we can squeeze them back in the rank, man, but still, I think LSU, they gonna make a pretty good run, man. A pretty good run for real.
That's terrible news, and I hate to hear it. That's terrible news. Look, so Shout out my man Rudy V, man, the dude that I played with in minor league ball for a while. But Rudy's the LSU fan, and so he up in Northwest Arkansas. He said exactly what you said. He said, man, LSU has been underserved offensively for so many years, man, and you get a genius guy like Lane Kiffin in for all the rights and wrongs and the things that people say, the negatives they say about him. You can't argue with what he do offensively on what he put on the field. What he put on film is hard to argue with.
It's hard, man.
and so, as an Arkansas fan, I've watched LSU from afar, and now that I'm inside of Baton Rouge and seeing it up close, I can tell you one of the things that scares me the most is, because we have LSU has never really had like a great offensive mind.
That's right.
The 1 year they got a good quarterback and a great offensive coordinator, they beat everybody by 35.
You're right, man. You're right.
We're not in. The rest of the conference might be in a little bit of trouble if Lane Kiffin can do what he's supposed to do.
I guarantee the rest of the conference right now, they keeping their eye on that, man. One thing about it, man, and I can remember some of the big games with LSU and Alabama because I was locked in. And they'll come in, I'm talking about the defense rolling, everything clicking. Every time they'll come in on a blitz play on third down, Lane Kiffin got some type of screen play somewhere. And man, I'm saying that guy is a great mind and scheming. And then stuff like that, to me, like football is just like chess. You have to know the right moves, but as an offensive person, you always setting up some down the line. We may show you a list on, but it's showing up a little bit later.
We building off of it.
Man. And as a defensive mind, you got to be ready for everything, man. Because one thing about it, as a defensive player, I believe I can stop every offense, but what always put a strain on any defense is when you got an offense who can run pass, but you got that dual threat quarterback. That's the only thing that'll give you trouble.
Yep. And you're absolutely right about that, man. So look, man, speaking of Lane Kiffin moving, there's been a ton of movement around the league. The coaching carousel is in full effect. Arkansas picks up Ryan Silverfield. Auburn gets Coach Galesh from USF. There's a lot of moving pieces all over the country. Were there any coaches that got picked up aside from Lane Kiffin and LSU? Were there any other coaches that had your eye, or you were like, oh, that's a good pickup or anything like that?
Yeah, I mean the rest of them were pretty good to see. The Florida hire, the Arkansas hire, and Auburn hire. Like you said, like even though the coaches get picked up at the end of the day, man, I be ready for the season, man. Because you got all the hype, all the hype names, but it's a lot what go into it other than just the big name. You know what I'm saying? Can you have a relationship with your players, man? Because that's the one thing about it. If you don't really have that relationship with the players and the coaches and know how to bring that thing together, man, I don't care how good it look on the outside. It ain't going to work at the end of the day, man.
You're absolutely right, man. You're absolutely right. Well, for those who, if you just joined us, you missed a fantastic show, but we'll have the replay, man. Kenneth Hollis, the former LSU linebacker and outstanding human being in general. He picked the wrong side of 1911. Come on, man. Hey, man, look, but definitely all love. I'm gonna tell you something, and before we get out of here. So, being down here in Baton Rouge, I've learned to appreciate the Greek life, and I ain't never been one of those guys like, oh, my frat is the best and your frat is wrong. But being in this Greek life, in this Greek community, has been so interesting watching how each man, no matter what color shirt you wear, how you weave into the community and become a member of the community and a pillar and an example. And so, man, it's been really, really cool to see that. And I'll leave you with this. So there was a gentleman that when I work in hotels. And so when I worked downtown, there was a guy that had that he was a Q. And his brother, he was an alpha and his brother was a Q, and his daddy was a kappa. And so a lot of people would always ask his dad, just what happened to your sons? How did your sons end up being? This was the right fraternity for them together. And so
yes, man.
his daddy would always say, I raised them to be the best they could be. And that was what I taught them, to be the best they could. And if they wasn't good enough to be in my frat, at least
that's it. They good enough to be in somebody else. That's it.
Yeah, but
I love the brotherhood, man, and the community and the giving back and the mentorship into young men and kids all around the world, man. I love it, man. I love
Absolutely. It. Absolutely. So look, I gotta pull this one picture before we go, because I saw it while I was let me see if I can get to it. Oh, here you go. I already got you pulled up. I saw it while I was looking through some of your pictures, man, because I saw you would tag Kenneth Darby. Yeah. And talk about that power play where he pulled you. Yeah. I see you busting that guard, but he cut a move on you. And then the other thing I saw right next to it was this picture of you and Shaq. And I know you a big man. So if Shaq make you look like a small man,
Shaq is huge, man. Shaq is huge, man.
That's a big brother. And that's a big brother, man. So yeah, man, I wanted everybody to see this one. Look, that's one big man to another big man, bro, for sure.
That's it, man, for real. Hey, Shaq is huge, man. That's a giant.
Yeah, literally a giant. Well, look, man, I can't say thank you enough for joining us. So look, and I didn't realize that you would coach with Alabama as well during their run. So like I was telling you, so look, y'all gonna see Kenny quite a bit more for sure. But definitely on my once we get going on this Dynasty's docu series, I'm gonna have to tap you in for your time during the coaching period when you was coaching with Saban in Alabama as well. So
yes, sir.
Definitely looking forward to hitting it with you here real soon, man. Anything you need to say, or anybody you want to shout out before we go?
Hey, man, I just want to say thank you for the opportunity, man. It's nice meeting you, man. I'm glad to be on your show, man. Hey, I wish you the best of luck. Call me anytime. Reach out, man. I would be glad to join any day, man. Appreciate it,
look. You got my number, man. So if anything I can do, you definitely let me know. And definitely a big thank you to everybody that joined us. Episode 62 of the Fanatic Sports Podcast. And as I always say, tough times don't last. Tough people do. Thank y'all for watching.